Kanban, a visual workflow management method developed by Toyota in the late 1940s, is rooted in lean principles. It emphasizes visualization of work. This makes the workflow visible to all participants, facilitating a better understanding and management of tasks. Limiting work in progress encourages focus and efficiency by restricting the number of tasks undertaken simultaneously. Continuous improvement promotes ongoing refinement and process efficiency. Real-time progress tracking utilizes visual boards and cards to dynamically monitor task progress. Bottleneck identification aids in detecting and addressing workflow impediments. Pull-based task assignment aligns task allocation with current capacity, enhancing workflow management. Key components of the Kanban system include the Kanban board, categorizes tasks into columns or statuses reflecting their workflow stage, providing a structured progress overview. Kanban cards serve as visual representations of tasks, detailing essential information for easy tracking and understanding. Work in progress, WIP, limits. Set limits on the number of active tasks to enhance focus and productivity. Swim lanes offer a method to organize tasks within the board based on various criteria, such as project or priority, improving clarity and organization. And commitment points mark critical milestones within the process flow, fostering progress and accountability. Kanban is celebrated for its adaptability and effectiveness across various industries, significantly optimizing workflow and managing knowledge work processes. It is founded on 4 principles for effective organizational integration and 6 practical practices for streamlining workflow management. These components are integral to Kanban's approach, aiming to streamline and enhance workflow management within organizations. We will look into each of these components. However, let's start with the cornerstone of Kanban, the Kanban board. Kanban relies heavily on its visual components, primarily the Kanban board and cards, to streamline project management. The Kanban board acts as a visual dashboard, illustrating task statuses and completed items, with a basic format of 3 columns: to do, doing, and done, or alternatively, input, progress, and output. These boards can be physical, using sticky notes on a whiteboard, or digital, through platforms like Trello or Jira. A Kanban card is a tool used to represent a task or work item or user story. The main job of a Kanban card is to help track the progress of tasks as they move from the start, to do, through work in progress, to completion, done, on a Kanban board. In the Kanban's pull system, team members select their next tasks based on their priority and capacity, rather than having tasks assigned to them. Instead of automatically advancing tasks to the next phase, the pull system enables team members to integrate new tasks into their workflow when they're actually prepared to tackle them. This approach enhances autonomy and operational efficiency by ensuring individuals only take on tasks they're ready and best suited for. Whether using a physical board with sticky notes or a digital tool, the process involves selecting a task based on its priority and moving it into the doing phase. The Kanban board serves as a collaborative workspace where team members contribute by updating and completing tasks. This collaborative approach fosters a dynamic work environment, enabling every team member to have visibility into the workflow and take ownership of their contributions. A Kanban card is a tool used to represent a task or work item. It shows important details like what the task is, its current status, when it's due, and any useful notes or files. The main job of a Kanban card is to help track the progress of tasks as they move from the start, to do, through work in progress, to completion, done, on a Kanban board. With digital Kanban boards, you have the advantage of adding documents or links right on the card, making it easy to find everything you need quickly. Virtual Kanban cards are far more than just placeholders representing work items. They are sources of rich information, context, and insight, living records of tasks that evolve as work items move through the process. In contrast, on a physical board, you have to be more concise and might just write down where to find more information. The information on a Kanban card can be different depending on the team or organization using it. This flexibility means Kanban can be tailored to fit any team's needs instead of making the team change to fit a strict system. Kanban cards make it easier for teams to communicate and see at a glance who is working on what, the status of tasks, and if there are any problems slowing things down. The work-in-progress concept is crucial in Kanban, indicating the number of tasks being worked on within a workflow. WIP limits set the maximum tasks allowed in the doing column. Limiting WIP is vital as it prevents teams from handling excessive work simultaneously, avoiding inefficiencies, bottlenecks, and reduced productivity. Typically, the work-in-progress limit corresponds to the team size, where each team member focuses on one task at a time. However, these limits may vary among teams. In situations involving complex processes requiring external approvals, distinct limits can be established for each progress column. Some teams visually display the WIP limit near the doing column on the board as a reminder to team members. Limiting work in progress offers several benefits. Focus and efficiency. By restricting the number of tasks in progress, team members can focus their attention and effort on completing a smaller set of tasks before moving on to new ones. This prevents multitasking and ensures that tasks are completed more efficiently. Faster cycle times. Limiting WIP often leads to shorter cycle times, as tasks are completed more quickly when team members can concentrate on them without distractions. This results in faster delivery of value to customers or stakeholders. Reduced waste. Having too many tasks in progress can result in increased context switching, waiting times, and rework, all of which contribute to waste in the workflow. Limiting WIP helps reduce these forms of waste by encouraging a smoother flow of work. Improved flow. By maintaining an optimal level of WIP, teams can achieve a more predictable and consistent flow of work through the workflow. This allows for better planning, forecasting, and delivery of work items. Better risk management. Limiting WIP helps mitigate the risk of delays and blockers by ensuring that teams can identify and address issues more promptly. It also allows for better visibility into the status of work items, making it easier to prioritize and manage tasks effectively. Swim lanes are divisions on a Kanban board, either horizontal or vertical, used to categorize tasks or work items based on various criteria like team members, priority, or specific types of work. They enhance clarity and organization, allowing teams to visualize and manage their work more effectively by grouping related tasks together within designated lanes. Teams have the autonomy to choose the criteria for organizing tasks within swim lanes based on their specific needs and preferences. In this example, tasks are categorized into distinct swim lanes titled Marketing, Design, and Development based on their specific types. Classes of service, on the other hand, are categories assigned to tasks to prioritize and manage them based on their urgency, importance, or other factors. They include categories like expedite, fixed deadline, standard, and intangible. Expedite. These are urgent tasks that require immediate attention and should be prioritized above all others. They usually have a high cost of delay, meaning that delaying them would result in significant negative consequences. Fixed deadline. Tasks in this category have a specific deadline by which they must be completed. They are time-sensitive and need to be prioritized to ensure timely delivery. Standard. Standard tasks are routine or regular items that don't have an immediate urgency or fixed deadline. They are prioritized based on their importance relative to other standard tasks. Intangible. These tasks are non-urgent and often related to improvements, research, or non-immediate needs. While they may not have an immediate impact on the workflow, they are still important and should be addressed when resources allow. It's essential to visually or logically sort these classes, emphasizing the order of task execution based on the cost of delay, with expedite tasks being the highest priority. Following this principle ensures that tasks are managed efficiently and that urgent matters are addressed promptly. Now, while tasks within swim lanes can be categorized using classes of service, swim lanes themselves do not have to represent classes of service. They can be used for various purposes depending on the needs of the team or organization. Now let's see what are commitment points. Commitment points represent significant milestones between various stages of your process, such as transitioning from planning to execution or from engineering to quality assurance. Once a work item passes a commitment point, it should not regress. The number of commitment points can vary according to individual preference. For instance, in the given example, the delivery point serves as another form of commitment point. The Kanban board, along with its components such as cards, swim lanes, and work-in-progress limits, offers flexibility tailored to the needs of each team. While its basic structure typically consists of 3 columns, to do, and progress, and done, teams have the freedom to customize the board to suit their specific requirements. For instance, they can expand to 4 columns, incorporating a backlog column for better task management. Alternatively, they may extend to 6 columns, adding development, testing, and deployment columns for more detailed workflow tracking. For even greater granularity, teams can expand to 8 columns, subdividing development and testing into ongoing and done subcolumns. This flexibility allows teams to adapt the Kanban board to their unique workflow processes, optimizing efficiency and organization. Kanban relies on key metrics to gauge the flow of tasks and identify areas for improvement. While visually tracking task progression across the to-do, doing, and done columns is insightful, metrics offer a broader perspective on workflow efficiency and potential bottlenecks. Among the common Kanban metrics, lead time and cycle time stand out for their widespread use and effectiveness. Lead time. Lead time measures the time it takes for a task to move from the moment it enters the to-do column, or its equivalent starting point, to its completion. It provides insights into how long it takes for work to be delivered and is crucial for predicting delivery times and improving customer satisfaction. Cycle time. Cycle time is the time it takes for a task to go from time it was picked up, marked, doing, or as in progress, to its completion. Unlike lead time, cycle time does not include the time a task spends in the backlog or waiting to be started. It's useful for understanding the efficiency of the workflow itself. In our example, if a task took 9 days to move from to-do to doing and 5 days from doing to done, the lead time would be 14 days, while the cycle time would be 5 days. These metrics play a crucial role in identifying workflow issues. For instance, a high number of work-in-progress items may result in lengthy cycle times, indicating a lack of focus or frequent resource constraints. By monitoring these metrics, teams can pinpoint inefficiencies and make necessary adjustments to streamline their processes and improve overall productivity. Of course, there are more metrics like throughput and cumulative flow diagram, but we won't cover those in this course. Now, let's explore the 4 basic principles of Kanban. These principles help organizations effectively integrate Kanban into their current processes. Here's how each principle helps. First, start with what you do now. This principle emphasizes that Kanban should be integrated into the current operational processes of an organization. It means that you don't need to overhaul your existing system or disrupt your ongoing projects to start using Kanban. This approach helps in reducing resistance to change and facilitates a smoother transition to the new workflow management system. Next, agree to pursue incremental change. Kanban promotes the idea of making small, manageable changes rather than attempting large-scale transformations all at once. This principle supports the notion that continuous, incremental improvement is more sustainable and less disruptive. It allows organizations to gradually adopt new practices and adapt to them over time, minimizing the risk associated with change. Thirdly, respect current processes, roles, responsibilities, and titles. By acknowledging the value of the existing system, Kanban can be implemented without drastic changes, maintaining stability and leveraging the established organizational framework. Thirdly, respect current processes, roles, responsibilities, and titles. By acknowledging the value of the existing system, Kanban can be implemented without drastic changes, maintaining stability and leveraging the established organizational framework. Lastly, encourage acts of leadership at all levels. Kanban fosters a culture of empowerment, motivating every team member to contribute ideas and take ownership of their work, driving innovation and responsiveness. These principles not only facilitate Kanban adoption, but also enhance organizational efficiency, teamwork, and a culture of continuous improvement. They ensure that Kanban aligns with the organization's practices and goals, making it a powerful tool for managing work and driving positive change. Now let's look at the 6 general practices of Kanban offer practical guidance for streamlining workflow management within an organization. Here's a simple breakdown of each practice. First, visualize the workflow. Use Kanban boards, whether physical or digital, to visually track work items as they move through different stages. This visual representation helps teams identify bottlenecks and issues quickly. Next, limit work in progress. Control the number of tasks being worked on simultaneously to maintain focus and efficiency. By limiting WIP, teams prioritize completing tasks over starting new ones, ensuring a smooth flow of work. Next, manage the flow. Monitor and manage the movement of work items across the Kanban board to ensure smooth progression. Addressing bottlenecks and optimizing flow improves overall productivity and delivery speed. Next, make policies explicit. Define and document policies and procedures governing the workflow process. Clear policies ensure consistency and enable team members to understand and follow established guidelines effectively. Next, implement feedback loops. Establish mechanisms for giving and receiving feedback on the workflow. Regular feedback loops, like daily stand-ups and retrospectives, promote continuous improvement and adaptation. Lastly, collaborate for improvement. Evolve experimentally. Foster collaboration among team members to improve processes and experiment with new approaches. Encourage an iterative mindset where teams learn from both successes and failures to drive ongoing improvement. By embracing these practices, teams can use Kanban to streamline workflow, boost productivity, and foster continuous improvement within the organization.